Hello everyone, it's Andy DeLeo, better known as Cancer Geek, and this is Observations at the N of 1. Today is March 8th, 2022, better known as International Women's Day. For those of you that happen to follow me on social media, or maybe you listen to one of my podcasts or lectures, or you happen to read many of the things that I post, you'll know that since the beginning, one of my big things inside of the world of medicine is to challenge the status quo. And so it's on International Women's Day that I'm asking all of you to partner with me on a call to action to help break the bias by challenging the status quo. So you may be asking yourselves, how do I do that today? It's as simple as this. Can you imagine a world that's free of bias, of stereotypes, and discrimination? A world that's diverse, that's equitable, and inclusive. A world where our differences are valued and celebrated. And if so, together, we can forge for women's equality. And the way that we do that is by beginning to identify those items in which we need to have a call to action or we need to call something out in order to, as the hashtag says, break the bias. Now, during my career, I've had the great fortune for working for several amazing female leaders. And it's because of those female leaders, what they really taught me is how to nurture teams, to work as one team around a common goal, to challenge the status quo, and to make forward progress, to make growth happen, to make change happen. And so you may be asking yourselves, how does that work? It's as simple as leadership at the N of 1. It first begins by sitting down and really listening to understand the people on your team. Listen to their stories because of their experiences and the journey that they've had through the world of whether it's medicine, healthcare, or just life in general. It's through their lens that you can learn a lot. Independent of gender, race, socioeconomic status, everyone has something that we can understand from them. And so by listening to their stories, we can begin to understand their frame of reference and the commonalities that we have together. And once we listen to understand, we can learn from them. We can learn from their journey. We can learn from their experiences. We can learn from their stories. And when you listen to understand and you take those learnings and you put them together, that's how we get to lead. And it's through that leading and moving forward that we can break the bias. So again, I ask all of you to partner with me starting today to help break the bias, identify those opportunities in which we can elevate the success, the contributions, and the amazing accomplishments of women that we encounter, as well as we can help to identify those moments in time in which maybe something isn't being equitable, isn't being inclusive, or there is a bias, and we can speak up and we can challenge the status quo. So again, I'm asking all of you to partner with me today on International Women's Day and to lead at the N of 1 and help to break bias.